That was funny because then you work on the album with them, and when did it happen, or did you grow together and well they ask you, well, maybe you can become a member. How does this evolve?
Well, keep in mind as well, like I said before, we were all friends already.
Yeah.
Because we played a lot of shows together, and you know, we love hanging out with each other. So, you know, right off the bat, there was that, I guess. But, you know, I think it boils down to when I first went to Copenhagen, sat down with Michael for the first time to go over the new material, and, you know, just him and I with guitars. And basically, he was showing me some tunes and just, you know, all the new tunes. And most of the stuff was already finished and written. Might have had a couple of arrangement ideas here and there, you know, from a producer's perspective. And then there were like 3 or 4 songs that weren't totally finished, and he would say, Rob, do you have any ideas for this part or this section, or what would you do here? Where do you hear this going, or whatever? And of course I had ideas. And we just started vibing, and the chemistry was great. And I think that was the catalyst for what was going to happen, you know, a couple of weeks later.
Yeah, because you co-wrote 3 songs on the album. I mean.
Yeah, and I think it was from that first, like I said, that first session.
Yeah.
When we sat down, we were just going over. It was basically in my head pre-production for the record,
yeah.
You know, and it turned into this other thing, which I think was killer. You know, him and I work really great together. There's a really cool vibe and a cool chemistry, and it's a lot of fun. Like every minute of this has been a blast for me so far.
What do you bring to his songwriting?
Well, you know, I mean, I definitely have a thing that I do musically and on the guitar that I think works really well with the Volbeat sound. And like I said, 2 weeks. Well, we first sat down going over the material. We started tracking, and 2 weeks into that is when they asked me if I'd consider being in the band. And when I said yes, that changed things dramatically for me, because I was looking at the record, you know, up until that point, you know, as a producer, big picture, you know, whatever. But now all of a sudden I'm the guitar player in the band, so it changed my perspective a bit, and we were all able to try different things and go down different roads that we probably wouldn't have if I wasn't the guitar player.
Can you explain?
Yeah. What's the quickest way to say it? Well, I guess in the past, Michael would always play all the guitars on the Volbeat records. And this record, trying to connect the dots here. Okay, let me back up a second. My main goal with this record as a producer was to try to capture the band's live energy, you know, because I've always felt like Volbeat Live is a really special thing. There's something magical happening there. And I wanted to really try to capture that on tape with this record if I was going to be involved in it. So that was my goal. I wanted it to be the sound of a band, you know. So when I agreed to actually become a member and be the guitar player, it changed my recording approach and just the arrangement of the guitars on tape, so to speak. So what we ended up trying was, and it worked out great, and that's how it is on the record, but what you hear is my guitar on the left speaker, Michael on the right speaker, Anders in the middle, and John everywhere. So you have the sound of a band, you know, running on all cylinders, you know, and it really added a cool excitement and vibe. And like I said, Michael and I, we work really well together in our guitar playing. The two styles work really well together, and we play really tight together as well. And it just worked. It worked perfectly. And also on this record, for me as a guitar player, it's really exciting because I was able to really branch out and do a lot of things that I was never able to do in the context of Anthrax. You know, a lot of cool acoustic stuff. There's tons of overdubs. I was able to just have fun, you know, just had fun in the studio trying different things. And for me, you know, that always adds depth to a record, you know. These little guitar parts that pop in and out, and maybe it'll be panned to the left or to the right, or, but supports everything else that's going on. And you know, it was really fun. It's stuff I've been doing for years on records that I produced. But to be able to do that in this band to the extent that I did was it was a lot of fun.
You co-wrote 3 songs. Did
Four
you
songs.
4 songs. Yeah, I think there are 3 songs on the album. Co-written or
should be 4.
Okay, I'm sorry. But did you have some sort of input? Well, that you missed on the Anthrax albums. Did you have some input on the other songs too, or was it just primarily these 3 songs? Or
yeah, I think, you know, I don't. It's hard to remember, but I think I had some arrangement ideas, some different things here and there that just tightened things up a little bit. I mean, the songs. Michael's a great writer. You know, his stuff is definitely on point. You know, he's got his whole thing down. But there were a couple things that we tried. Some different drum beats here and there that just made certain parts come to life a little bit more, so to speak. Different bass line ideas. Yeah, I mean.
And lyric-wise too, because you're a native speaker, is it?
I didn't delve into the lyrics too much. A couple of lines here and there. I might have bounced some ideas off of him, but yeah, I mean, we didn't really go down that road too heavily.
Could be. Last question. So this is for you. This is the starting point, and maybe the next album you will be co-writing more songs.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'd love to.
No, but I mean, you're a full band member, so I think that's something that you will be continuing to do the next.
Yeah, you know,
years.
I'm just taking it as it comes. You know, we're having a blast. Right now, we're in touring mode, and it's awesome. So
just have to wait and see.
yeah, we'll see.
Okay, thank you.